There are three words that when you say them to a narcissist, you're basically handing over the instruction manual on how to destroy you. I learned this the hard way. And if you say any of these three things in the next 24 hours, you'll spend the next months, maybe years, paying the price. Stay till the end, because the third word is the one everyone says without realizing the damage it causes. Look, I know it sounds like an exaggeration. They're just words, right? But here's the problem. Narcissists don't process language the same way you do. To you, a word is just a word. To them, every sentence is an opportunity to gain control, ammunition, or validation. And when you say these three specific words, you're basically opening all the doors to your life and saying, look, here are my vulnerabilities, my fears, my weak points. And they will use them. Oh, how they will use them. So let's get straight to the point. Because every second you spend not knowing this is one more second in danger. The first word you should never say is sorry. And I already know what you're thinking, but apologizing is basic courtesy. Yes, for normal people. But narcissists aren't normal people. When you apologize to a narcissist, even when you've done nothing wrong, you're establishing a dangerous dynamic. You're saying, I accept the blame. And they'll keep that like a blank check. You know what happens next? Every time you have a problem, no matter who caused it, you'll end up apologizing because it's already become the pattern. You become the eternal culprit. Even worse, narcissists never forget when you admit a mistake. That thing you apologized for 3 years ago, it'll be thrown in your face in the next argument. You always do this. Remember that time when... So, what do you do when you actually make a mistake with a narcissist? You acknowledge it objectively, without drama. I did X, it caused Y, it won't happen again. No sorry, no putting yourself down, no giving power. But here's the trick. With narcissists, 90% of the time, you didn't even really mess up. They just convinced you that you did. And if you say sorry, you just confirmed their narrative. The second forbidden word is need. I need you to listen to me. I need support right now. I need you to understand. Seems harmless, right? Even romantic. You're being vulnerable, showing your needs. With a healthy person, this creates intimacy. With a narcissist, this creates dependency. Because in their mind, when you say need, you're saying, you have power over me. And narcissists are addicted to power like a drug addict is addicted to drugs. And you know what's worse? As soon as you admit you need them, they'll do one of two things. Option 1, they'll deny what you need on purpose. You said you need attention, they'll disappear. Said you need support, they'll minimize your problems. Because making you beg is how they feel superior. Option 2, they'll give you exactly what you need, but in a calculated way. Just enough to keep you dependent, never enough to make you feel fulfilled. Like feeding a dog, just what's necessary to keep it obedient. So, what do you say instead? I would like, it would be important to me, I would appreciate. These are phrases that express preference, not necessity. You maintain your autonomy because deep down, you don't need them. You just thought you did.
And we arrive at the most dangerous word of all. Actually, there are two that go together. Always and never. You always do this to me. You never listen to me. Whenever I need you, you're not here. And I know that when you're frustrated, these words come out automatically. You want the person to understand the gravity of the situation. You want to show it's not the first time. But with narcissists, these words are shooting yourself in the foot. You know why? Because they provide a perfect escape. Narcissists are masters at taking an absolute and destroying it with one exception. I always do this? Oh, really? And that day I took you to the hospital, doesn't that count? And that time I helped you move? So it's not always, right? You're exaggerating, you're being dramatic. And done. The discussion that was about the pattern of abusive behavior became about you being unfair and overdramatic. You're on the defensive, explaining that that's not what I meant. You lost. Because now you're discussing semantics instead of the real problem. And there's more. When you use always or never, you're basically proving to them that it worked, because their goal is to destabilize you emotionally. And when you resort to generalization, it's a sign you're losing control. What do you say instead? Be specific. Last Tuesday, you did X. Today, when I said Y, you reacted with Z. Dates, facts, concrete examples. Impossible to refute, impossible to distort. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, but if I can't say sorry, need, always, or never, what can I say? And here's the secret that narcissists hate. Sometimes, the best thing to say is nothing. Silence isn't passivity, silence is strategy. Because narcissists feed on reaction. They throw the bait, expecting you to bite, and when you bite, when you justify yourself, when you defend yourself, when you try to explain, you're giving fuel. So next time a narcissist provokes you, trying to make you explode, make you apologize, make you admit you need them, take a deep breath, count to 3, and respond with the most powerful phrase that exists. Okay. That's it. Okay. It's not agreement, it's not disagreement, it's a wall. And narcissists don't know how to deal with walls. They know how to deal with explosions, drama, emotion. But neutrality? That destabilizes them. So to recap, never say sorry when you didn't do anything wrong. Never say need to someone who can use it against you. Never say always or never to someone who will twist your words. And most importantly, understand that language is power. And every time you consciously choose the right words, you're taking back the control they tried to take from you. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and leave in the comments, which of these words did you use most without realizing the danger? See you in the next video. And remember, your words are yours. Don't let anyone use them against you.